Yes! My skill level has increased!
Couldn't finish it off.
Akihiko-senpai! Yeah! There's one enemy left! One more!
Did it.
Ugh! It got me!
What's up, everyone? This is All Destroyer 229, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3 FES. Last time, we ventured back into Tartarus to do a bit more training. We got well, at the end of last episode, we reached where we needed to be, but we didn't quite get done with any sort of requests. However, in this episode, we have finished those requests, as you guys have just seen. I did some off-screening. So, yeah, I managed to get those last few relics I need to get, as Elizabeth is telling us. Not really. I mean, I guess that they're based off of mythical creatures and whatnot. So I figured that has something relating to what they were inspired by, but whatever. For that we get 5 medical powders. Ooh, those are nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and register all of my personas. And while we are here, since I'm now at an appropriate level, we can go ahead and get Orthrus with Dodge Slash. So it was Narcissus, Takemikazuchi? Yeah, and Vitala. So we need to create Orthrus with Dodge Slash. Oh, sweet, he's even in the Hanged Man Arcana. That's convenient. I was actually wanting to fuse it and then grab Inugami, because we're gonna need a Hangman persona pretty soon, actually. We won't need one immediately, but we're gonna need one soon. So, heck, if I could just get Orthrus with Dodge Slash, that would kill two birds with one stone. Okay, this isn't exactly the greatest combination, but you know what? It's better than anything that I've gotten so far. So, just as a refresher, we are fusing Takemikazuchi and Narcissus, as well as Vitala, to get Orthrus. It will only gain one level because we're only rank 1 with Maiko, but, you know, we're gonna need it very soon anyway, like I just said. So let's fuse Orthrus. Alright then. I don't think he's going to get... Yeah, that was 2 levels away. Oh well. Oh, at least gained some extra experience beyond the level up, which is nice. Okay, but that's really all of our business that we need to do. Let's go ahead and register Orthrus. And then buy back... Pretty sure there was... Yeah, it's R2, not like pressing sideways. Okay, let's see. Wait, where's Lovers? There's Lovers. Okay. So we want to buy back Narcissus and Takemikazuchi. He was Emperor, wasn't he? Yeah, Takemikazuchi. So a little expensive to buy those two back, but it's worth it since we did kind of need it for a request. So now we've got Orthrus with Dodge Slash. Oh. Thanks, Elizabeth? I think? Well, whatever. We at least got a new piece of equipment. And the next Persona quest, create Omitsunu. And he has to be level 33 or higher. So that, I think we're a little ways off. That may be... I can't remember if that's a level 30 or 31 Persona. But since we just were barely able to fuse Orthrus, we're not going to be able to do that one for a little bit. Now, just to be sure, yeah. Okay, so the fourth old document is the only one that has any sort of time left. Funky School Music. I kind of want to go and get that. I'm trying to remember where exactly we get... Oh, wait, I think I know exactly where it is that we can get that. We can do that next time we're at school. Okay, everything else... we could go and feed the cat. Yeah, we'll go ahead and accept that request as well. We can do those requests pretty easily. We can just do that the next time we're at school. Which, thankfully, is tomorrow. But with all that Persona fusion taken care of, we are done here, and I'd say it's time to head back to the dorm. It's gonna be a while before the next time we head back into Tartarus, which is kind of why I wanted to get done with as much as possible. Because once exams start going, we're not gonna be doing anything for the evenings. So, yeah. Oh, hey, Junpei. How's it going? Nothing much. Yeah, I've been studying for exams. Yeah, why wouldn't I? Okay, you asked, Junpei. Jeez, he's still upset about something, and I don't know what! He's been acting like this ever since the operation. Oh well, whatever. It's morning, which means more lectures. Huh? What title did Taira no Masakado? He claimed Satan. No, he claimed the title of Imperial Prince. Oh, great. So now we're going to spend, like, the entirety of next semester working on the Sengoku era. Fantastic! Well, whatever. It's after school now. And since it's after school and we accepted those requests, we get to talk to Yukari for a little bit. Hmm? Ah, it's from Akihiko. Alright then. What's always interesting is that whenever Mitsuru or Akihiko need to contact you, they do so in completely different ways. Mitsuru just barges into your room and tells you in person, whereas Akihiko just shoots a text message, which, you know, I guess they're products of different times, I guess. So, one of the requests that we needed to get was to gather some funky school music. And for that, we want to head on over right across from our homeroom to the PA room. I wouldn't put it past them. Did somebody say music? You mind if I have it? You mind if I have it? You didn't seem like you were too thrilled about it. Yeah, I know someone who's into that sort of thing. Alright. Alright, fine. Thanks, man. Okay, and for that we get the Gekko-Kan Boogie, which is really bizarre, but whatever. However, we do have another request that we need to do, and for that we want to head back to our homeroom so we can quickly travel to the world map. Because we could just head on over through the school, but this is faster. Alright, and actually, while I'm thinking about it, first we're going to want to head on over to Polonia Mall. But, I'm trying to think, maybe I should check out B-Blue V again, just to see if they have the Platinum Watch. We really want to head on over to the pharmacy, but I'm going to check here really quick, since the barrier's gone. Maybe they've restocked. Ooh, sweet, they do have new stock. Let's see. These sorts of things are... Oh, well, there we go. These sort of things haven't changed, but she does sell the Platinum Watch now. So we can go ahead and buy that. I do not want to equip it. I wonder, does she also have... Yes, she does! She has more powerful version of the bracers. So we have the Vayu bracers for wind damage, the Indra bracers for electricity, the Varuna bracers for ice, and the Agni bracers for fire. I'm definitely going to want the Vayu bracers, because I'm planning on having Yukari be in my party, you know, for pretty much the entirety of the game. I always play with Yukari in my party just because she is pretty much one of, if not the best healers in the game. So, yeah. I'm debating about the Indra and the Varuna, but... Both of these would be really nice. I don't feel like Mitsuru really needs the Varuna. She's pretty powerful on her own. Although giving her that would certainly wouldn't be a bad thing. You know, I think we're good for now. I do still want to save up my money just because, Persona fusions, really. And actually, speaking of money and getting items, we did get the Tiger Hide belt. Oh, okay. Men's belt made from Tiger Hide. A pretty good ability, but has less defense than the bulletproof vest. And I don't remember what Akihiko had. If nothing else, I could just give that to Junpei. However, we do not want to head over the karaoke. We want to head on over to the pharmacy, though. Because... Oh, sweet. He's even having a sale, so this is perfect. This is where we can get super cat food. We're going to want one of these because of, well, we need to feed the cat. So, I should also buy a few more revival beads. We're pretty good on everything else. Actually, since I'm here at the moment, I may as well sell off my crap as well. I got a lot of things that I could sell, well, at least some things, that I can sell that I got at Tartarus. So I can go ahead and sell those things. While I'm thinking about how much is the shout? Ooh, 15. Oh, wait, really? Only 15,000? Okay, I mean, I got more money from some of the chests, but heck, money's money. Alright, I'm just gonna sell off the rest of this stuff, so give me a little bit. I'm pretty sure I just made up from all the things that I bought at B Blue V. Blah! Why is that suddenly so hard to say? Okay, so with the cat food in hand, where we actually want to head to next is Port Island Station. There really isn't too much of a reason to go to Port Island Station most times. Because, well, for one, there's no social links that we can really do here. But what we want to do is head on over to the back alley. Because here is a little cat. Well, I do have some cat food. There you go. Now, he sounds happy. Okay, so we're probably going to need to buy a few more of those super cat food. In fact, we are going to need to buy more of those super cat foods. And we'll need to come back here for a few more days before we can adequately turn in this quest. Once we do, though, I mean... Oh, I could head back to the town map this way. Once we do, though, we can turn in that as well as the Platinum Watch quest and the funky school music and just do them all at the same time. However, I'm gonna head back over to Polonium Ball, buy a few more cat food since they're on sale, and I'll meet you guys over at the Noggin Aki Shrine. Because today, we are spending the day with Maiko. Hey, Maiko. Well, I don't have anything else to do today, so I figured I'd, you know, just spend a little time with you. Sure, let's go. Well, that certainly got her excited. Okay, I guess we're spending the day at the Wild Duck Burger. Which I still don't know how we managed to do that, but... I believe you. Well, why don't you go ask them? That is not a good response to give. It's an ugly business, Maiko. But unfortunately, that's just the world we live in. Aw, don't cry. Well... Maiko, don't cry. I'm sure everything will turn out okay. No, if you need to cry, Maiko, it's okay. Sometimes you just need to let it out. By the way, it doesn't matter what those last two responses were. But with that... Maiko mentioned that in the first part of the first rank up. Seems like that's going to be a recurring trend for this social link. Thou art I, and I am thou. Thou shalt have our blessing when thou choosest to create a persona of the Hanged Man Arcana. Divorce is always such an ugly business. I mean, I know quite a few people whose parents had to go through that. And, you know, it's tough. I've seen how tough it can be. I'm just kind of thankful that I haven't had to go through that, but not everyone's as lucky as I am. Yeah, of course, Maiko.
So that's what happened on the night of the 7th. It was a difficult operation.
I see. They're getting tougher. But it's not all bad news. I called today's meeting because...
I'm sorry. Before we go on, I'd like to ask Mitsuru-senpai something.
Me?
Since I've joined, so many things have happened. I went along with it without really understanding what was going on. But now I need to know. I'm gonna ask you straight out. You've been hiding something from us, haven't you, Senpai? You act like you don't know anything about the Dark Hour in Tartarus. But they're related to that accident 10 years ago, aren't they?
What accident?
There was an explosion near our school, and a lot of people died. It must have been big news back then. You know about it, don't you?
Yes.
Luckily, no students were injured. But around the same time, a large number of students were recorded as absent. Seems like more than just a coincidence.
What do you mean?
I dug up some old school records and found something interesting. The students who were absent, they all collapsed suddenly and had to be hospitalized. Sound familiar? You know, like the girls who bullied Fuka. There has to be an explanation. What really happened on the day of that accident? The Kirijo group built our school, so you must know something. Tell me the truth.
I wasn't trying to hide anything from you. It just never seemed relevant. But
It's okay. It's not your fault.
all right. I'll tell you the whole story. The shadows have many mysterious abilities. Some research indicates that they can even affect time and space. We think of them as our enemies, but what if we could somehow use them to our advantage?
You mean like creating some sort of time machine or something?
They would be a source of unimaginable power, wouldn't they?
What?
14 years ago, one man pursued that line of thinking. He was the former leader of the Kirijo group, Koetsu Kirijo. My grandfather.
You're...
My grandfather was obsessed with shadows. He wanted to harness their power and create something extraordinary.
Harness their power?
He assembled a team of scientists, and over several years collected a significant number of shadows.
He what? Damn, that's freaking crazy!
However, 10 years ago, during the final stages of the experiment, they lost control of the shadow's power. Consequently, the nature of the world was altered.
You mean?
Yes, Tartarus and the Dark Hour. By their account, the mass of shadows they collected split into several large ones that then dispersed. These are the shadows we've been encountering on nights when the moon is full.
Is that why they've appeared in different places? Wait a minute. If what you said is true, then why did our school turn into Tartarus? Don't tell me. That's where they conducted the experiment?
Yes.
Then, those students who were hospitalized.
I'm afraid it's just as you're thinking.
They were attacked.
Port Island must have been an ideal location for them. It was a highly populated area, and the Kirijo group had influence there. They could do as they pleased. As you guessed, the experiment 10 years ago was conducted at Gekukan High School.
Does that mean all we've been doing is cleaning up their mess? You lied to us?
Mitsuru, how could you think that that wasn't relevant? That's the entire... That's what we've been trying to figure out!
You knew, too, didn't you, Senpai? They've just been using us. Or do you not care as long as you get to fight?
That's not true. I have my reasons.
Think what you'd like. It was my decision not to share that information. I'm sorry. I never intended to deceive you. Convincing you to join SEAS was my highest priority. As absurd as it may seem, only we, with our personas, can fight the shadows.
How could you?
Besides, some of us were never given a choice.
Mitsuru?
Mitsuru, don't.
Yukari, it's those in the past who are to blame. And they lost their lives as a result of what they did. We're all in the same boat here. None of us deserve the burden that's been thrust upon us.
But...
It's been 10 years since that incident. No one knows why those shadows suddenly returned. But since they're active, at least we can find and destroy them. Do you realize what this means? What if I told you that those 12 shadows are the cause of everything?
Then if we defeat them all, Tartarus and the Dark Hour will disappear?
Exactly. That's what I was going to tell you earlier. See, it's good news, isn't it?
Is that true?
There's evidence to support it. Now, our true battle begins. Regardless of what's happened in the past, we must fight to protect the people. The shadows are gaining strength. We can't afford to just wait for them. And there are many mysteries still surrounding Tartarus. Why did such a gigantic structure appear in the first place? The answer must lie within it.
Well, we learned a lot from that. Now, I'm somewhat torn as to, like, how that could have responded. How I should feel about that. Because, on one hand, I think Yukari's being way too harsh on Mitsuru. On the other hand, Mitsuru did straight up lie to us. I mean, Yukari asked when we first went to Tartarus, hey, does anyone know, like, why this thing appears in the first place? And Mitsuru responded, no. And she's been intentionally hiding information from us. So, the reason that it just wasn't relevant? Complete BS. But, regardless, at the very least, we do have some very interesting information. The fact that if we defeat the rest of the full moon shadows, that both Tartarus and the Dark Hour will disappear. I mean, the evidence to support that is simply the cases of apathy syndrome. I mean, each time we defeat one of those things, there are fewer cases. And when one of them's about to show up, more cases begin to show up again. So, perhaps by getting rid of all the shadows, all the full moon shadows, that would stop the Dark Hour, which would stop the regular shadows from showing up and attacking people. So if we can manage to do that and defeat the rest of these shadows, then we can maybe have permanent peace here, at the very least when it comes to the Dark Hour, shadows, and apathy syndrome. However, with that taken care of, I think it's about time we call it a day. So next time on Let's Play Persona 3 FES. Exams are coming up pretty soon, so I'm not a huge fan of that, but unfortunately we gotta do what we gotta do, whether we want to or not. So until next time, everyone, take care.